Well, I'll never forget when we pulled into that cathedral complex and saw all the people, the dancers, and I had a real hard time holding back the tears. It was just such an amazing sense of welcome and joy in the people's hearts for them to receive both their bishop and us.
Oswald, did you have any sense? I mean, is that typical?
It is typical, but the intensity of how it happened was quite extraordinary even for me. Even after being tipped that something's happening by the bishop, told me in Swahili, so you guys didn't know what we were talking about. I knew something was going to happen, but still I found it was way overwhelming, very powerful. Shows the joy of the people, generally from the heart, that they're really inviting and welcoming us.
Yeah, I've never seen that combination of like traditional tribal dancers and then church people singing at the same time. That was quite a procession. I was very moved by that.
Well, 3 choirs. I mean, some sing, some dance, some sing and dance.
No wonder the churches are growing so much.
Yeah, no kidding. Everybody's in the choir.
Yes.
The ladies' union women in the blue dresses who joined the dancers. I mean, it wasn't just the dancers, but it was kind of everybody getting into the dance.
And all the ululation, the wonderful sort of joyous cries of the women in the group was really wonderful. Wonderful sound and wonderful welcome.
As I think about it, we'd been there for 3 or 4 days in Tanzania before that, but it was really in that moment that the vibrancy of the color came alive for me. It was the first time we really saw those beautiful fabrics and beautiful dresses. And there was just a real kind of coming to life at that time.
Did you notice that when we go there, they took us first to church?
Yeah.
Church, God was the first thing. They were dancing, they had to stop dancing, go to church first, and then come back, continue the dancing. That was, I think, quite impressive to me that they put God first.
Really, we started everything that way. I mean, you get in the car and you say a prayer, and it's not just standing up before meals. Everything we did, we prayed together. And when we were invited on Sunday morning, I mean, I knew we would go to church at the cathedral on Sunday morning, and I packed an alb out of faith, because I hadn't any stereotypes of how women priests might be treated there. But I packed an alb, and then Bishop Oscar invited us to preside, and you practiced and sung the Sursa Gorda in Swahili.
That was hard the night before.
That was great, yeah. But in the middle of the service, when Bishop Oscar announced that he was going to ordain women, and the congregation burst out cheering. Do you remember?
So much enthusiasm, just no sense of resistance or uncertainty. People were just so welcoming to us and so excited that was going to happen in their diocese.
I think it's interesting that this diocese, which at one time was known for its opposition to the ordination of women, provided the first women to celebrate in the Diocese of Newala, and the impetus, or certainly the setting, for Bishop Oscar to announce his plans to ordain women.
Some of these things we talk about, leadership is very important. And I think the people got a cue that the bishop is for it, and the people are for it. And there's nothing strange about it. And they were just genuinely saying, this is great. They loved it, not just because the bishop said it, but I think I could tell. I mean, the way they reacted, everyone was genuinely happy.
Well, and of course they have women leaders. I mean, the nuns are women leaders. The Mothers Union, they have women leaders. They're just not in that official position.
And the generosity in the collection process, when the Mothers Union brought out bag after bag, and each one was for a different organization, people brought forward their offerings, and people kept coming. I kept thinking, where do they have enough money to be able to support all of this? But none of the organizations went unfunded, which I thought was just amazing.
One highlight for me was visiting with the fellowship group from the cathedral. This is a group of people who meet together several times a week to pray together, and they, a few years ago, started a project with some seed money from the Diocese of Milwaukee called Baro Cow Keep a Cow. How do you say it in Swahili?
Kopa nombe, lipa nombe.
So one of the fellowship group members will take a cow when it's pregnant and take care of it through when the calf is born and ready to be away from its mother, and then return the cow to the fellowship group and keep and raise the calf to be their own. And that keeps going. They're up to 16 cows now, we think. They have so many cows now that they have to find a new place to keep them outside of town because they have too many to keep in town. But it's been really successful for that group. They made some income from selling milk from the cows. And with that income recently, they were able to buy a PA system that they can use to do their own evangelism and also to rent out as an income source. One of us, I think maybe the bishop, asked them, so which one of you is the evangelist? And they answered, all of us. So we really, there's another spirit of participation that we could really learn from.
Based on that welcome, we could, I think they may have something to teach us about how to really greet people who are visiting us and who are new to us. And I mean, there was just such a wonderful sense of welcome that I don't always find in churches across the Episcopal Church. And perhaps they can help us become more than just a slogan that says the Episcopal Church welcomes you. Mm-hmm.